Hello my dear students, I am extremely happy in presenting you this video on the books for the preparation of Civil Services Preliminary Examination, which is the most popular examination, and there are lots and lots of aspirants to undertake this examination. So I just had an observation that the students, being a history professor, the students are in need of this one, and I am happy in giving you this lecture in the form of a video with the PPT slides. The first and foremost thing you have to know in this part of examination is regarding the notification. Notification generally happens in the month of February, the preliminary examination in June. After the results of the prelims, the main examination will be held in the month of September and October. After the mains, the interview happens generally during the next year, that is February and March, and the final result will be in the month of April and May of the following year. So the entire process of the examination takes at least more than 1.5 years. The essential qualification for the examination is any degree, and there is an age criteria and the number of attempts for the same as well. So regarding the age criteria for the general category is the maximum age is 32 and the attempts they can undertake is 6. As far as the OBC candidates are concerned, the maximum age is 35 and the number of attempts are 9. For the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, the maximum age is 37 and the number of attempts is still the age limit. Finally, for the disabled students, the maximum age is 42 and the number of attempts is still the age limit. As far as the strategies to be adopted in the preparation for the civil service examination, every person has to make a different strategy to prepare for all 3 sets of examinations, that is the prelims, mains and interview. The first part being going through the syllabus and collecting the books according to the interest. Each and every person has their own interest and the books they select also differ. And you have to keep in mind you should not have the multiple sources, but you have to keep the books limited, and the important point over here is you have to revise them again and again because it is very much important in order to give the reminder, and which will be helpful for you to undertake the examinations also. So making your strategy according to your strengths and weakness is the next part, because every single individual is different from the other. Each and every person has their own strength as well as their weakness. For example, during the preparation, some of the students, they can go for the early morning studies, but some other students, they go for the late night hours. It depends upon their interest and depends upon their strengths and the environment they are in. And setting the daily goals. You have to set the daily goals in order to fulfill them and to achieve your objective of passing the examination. So you have to formulate a study habit plan and the timetable. Based on that, you can just continue with your goal. As far as the syllabus of the Civil Service Preliminary Examination is concerned, the paper 1 of the General Studies carries 200 marks for 2 hours, and this paper 1 composed of these things, like the current events of national and international importance, history of India and the Indian national movement, Indian and the world geography, Indian polity and governance, economic and social development, general issues on environmental ecology, and the last one being the general science. Generally, people says that anything under the sun will be asked in the examination part. It's not that so difficult because people are studying from scratch level, and the students who go in for the NCERT or the SCERT textbook, they study from the 6th standard itself. So the basic things will be appear in the form of a question, but you have to think and give the answers. That is very important over here. Regarding the second paper, which is called as a CSAT, that is a Civil Services Aptitude Test paper, it also comprises of 200 marks of the multiple choice, and it is also of 2 hours. It has got the comprehension, the interpersonal skills including the communication skills, logical reasoning and analytical ability, decision making and problem solving, general mental ability, basic numeracy, and that too up to the class 10 level, the data interpretation like the charts or graphs or tables, data sufficiency. The students who are doing the arts discipline, they should not get worried of all these things, because these are all the common sense questions. When you just look into the question and you practice for the same, it will be easier for you as well. So, and the last one being the English language comprehension skills, what you just go in for your class 10 level examination. As far as this paper is concerned, it is absolutely your way of analysis and your way of giving the presentation or whatever it is you have studied in your school and the college. So coming to the books, you have to have on your table all these things. In that, the first occupies the NCERT books on history, the Indian history books like the ancient India, medieval India and modern India. You have to collect all the books of NCERT from the 6th standard to the 12th standard. You have to get all these books. Regarding the geography books, the NCERT publications on the Indian geography, principles of geography, human and economic geography from class 6 to class 12. It is a set of 9 books published by NCERT. So the next one being the science books of NCERT, which is of the 9th standard and 10th standard. The title of the book being the Science and Technology. The basic things of science and technology will be appeared in the preliminary part of the examination. Recently, nowadays, the Tamil Nadu government has formulated the HCERT textbooks, which is of a good and quality standard, and you can collect it and keep it with you. So which will be helpful for many examinations, even not only for the civil service examination. It is helpful for you to prepare for the TNPSC examinations or the Staff Selection Commission and the other examinations in the go. So as far as the SCRT textbooks are concerned, the Tamil Nadu board, that is called as the Samachir Kalvi books, you can get the books of the social science from class 6th to 10th, and the history books of standard 11 and 12, the geography books of standard 11th and 12th, and the science books of standard 9th and 10th. So the next part of the civil service examination is absolutely about the constitution, the Indian polity. After the history, the constitution questions appear more in the preliminary examination. For this part of the syllabus, you can refer the book written by Lakshmikant, which is entitled as Indian Polity, and the next one is the Vizar Guide for the Indian Polity, which gives a comprehensive outlook of our Indian Constitution, which is more essential for the administrators, aspirants for the civil service examination or the future administrators, right? For the Constitution, you can even refer, there are certain reference books also. Durgadas Basu has written the book on Introduction to the Constitution of India, P.M. Bakshi's The Constitution of India, and Paley's Indian Constitution. These three are reference books, and these books will be useful for you in order to prepare even for the main examinations also. Those who sit for the political science and the public administration as their main, they have to have all these books with them. So the next one being the Indian economy, because the administrator should know about the development of the nation also. So for this, each and every person who are the aspirant of the civil service examination, they should know well about the development of the Indian economy. For this, the latest editions of Pratyogita Darp and the economic survey will be of much use to you. Coming to the reference books of history, geography and economics for the civil services preliminary examination and also for the main examination, you can refer some of the books published by the Orient Black Swan publication, the Ancient Indian Social History written by Romila Thapar, History of Medieval India by Satish Chandra, History of Modern India by Bipin Chandra, History of India from 1707 to 1857 by Lakshmi Subramaniam, Physical Geography by Saroj Pal, the Textbook of Geomorphology by Kale and Gupta, and Economics, a Primer by Omkar Nath. Coming to the next part of the preliminary syllabus, you need to have a book for the general knowledge with you. The India Yearbook, the latest edition. This book is being published by the Government of India itself, and you should have a latest edition with you. This is a very good book in order to know about the entire administrative structure of the India and the programs run by the government and the statistics. You can get it from this yearbook. So every year this book is being published by the Government of India Publications Division. So in similar to this book, there is another important and the popular book called as a Manorama Yearbook, and regarding this yearbook also, you can have lots and lots of information from this yearbook, and you have to have a latest edition of the Manorama Yearbook also. So regarding the magazine magazines part, for all these things, the yearbook or the magazines or the newspapers, all these covers the current affairs and the general knowledge questions. So regarding the magazines, any one of the following, you can become a subscriber of the Civil Service Times or Competition Wizard or the Civil Service Chronicle. Not to read all the three, but at least whatever is interesting for you, whichever magazine you can select, it is up to you. You can have a look of any one of the following these three magazines. In continuation of those civil service magazines, you can have a go through of the Yojana, that is published by the publication division, which consists of all the economic programs and the statistics, how the Indian government is performing in all the sectors of the economy. Regarding the Frontline, the magazine, which is a very popular magazine as far as India is concerned, this Frontline magazine, though not much useful for the preliminary examination, it will be useful for you to prepare for the mains and the interview. Coming to the daily sections, that is the newspapers, you have to have a practice of reading the newspapers every day. These three newspapers I can suggest you: the Hindu, Economic Times. Then the students who are from the Tamil medium, they can go in for the Dinamani because they do have a good editorials. The next one I can suggest is the preliminary guide. So the first one is the Tata McGraw-Hill's UPSC General Studies Preliminary Guide of the latest edition, Arihant books for the Civil Service Aptitude Test Paper 1 and 2, and the Wizard Strategist for General Studies for Prelims. And finally, the other sources towards the preparation of the Civil Service examination or the regular watching of the TV news, that is of NDTV or BBC, CNN and the Doordarshan. And reading general magazines like India Today and Outlook is very much important. So with this, I have come to the conclusion of recommending the books for the Civil Service Preliminary Examination, and I would like to say here that it is all with the hard work and the perseverance of the students. Even though all these things, the books or the preparation or the syllabus, the teachers or the classes or coaching centers, many things are there, but the spirit from the side of the individual is very much essential for the continuous preparation of the civil service examination. So you can have a look at the videos in the YouTube, like aspirants, they clear for the civil service examination, they go for the training with the Lal Bahadur Shastri Academy of Administration at Missouri and the Indian Police Academy. You can have a look at all these things which gives you a high spirit and which will help you to get through the examinations also. And I wish you all a very best for you to come out successful in flying colors. Thank you for watching.
Please like, share and subscribe to this channel.